What is up? Welcome back to Run and Gun Sports Podcast, where we will talk about the NFL and various other sports, mainly the NFL. Today we will be going over the divisional round review. So we'll be talking about all the games. So first, we're going to start off with Ellis breaking down the Devonte Adams and the Jalen Ramsey matchup.
Right now, I'm breaking down this touchdown pass from Aaron Rodgers to Davante Adams, showing you how the Packers executed this play very well and how the Rams failed to defend it. So right now, Davante Adams, you see in this picture, is coming from the bottom right of your screen to the top left of your screen. You'll see Jalen Ramsey, 20 on the Rams, come over to play man on him here in just a minute. Right about now, they're right there. Davante Adams is already looking to break towards the bottom right. Ball is snapped right here. Ball is coming right off the center's hands right now. Look at Jalen Ramsey. He's right in the middle of the field while Devontae Adams is on the far right. He's kind of in a collision sort of with his linebacker. He has to maneuver his way around him. And Valdez Scantling on the bottom of the screen is being guarded by 31, as you see right here, the matchups. And look how far Jalen Ramsey has to get. That's about 15 yards of room. And Devontae Adams has 2 yards to the end zone. But what went wrong for the Rams here is 33 acted like he was going to guard Devontae Adams, as you see right here, I drew. And Jalen Ramsey had thought that as well. But he takes a stutter step right here. Watch this. Boom. And then he goes to guard Valdez Scantling, which leaves Ramsey in confusion, not knowing what to do, which leaves Devontae Adams wide open for a touchdown. We're going to go back here to look at the throw. Jalen Ramsey obviously upset. Miscommunication. But watch the throw from Aaron Rodgers here. Catches the snap, throws. Doesn't even put his arm in. Doesn't even step into it. Boom, throws. Just great execution there by the Packers. Miscommunication by the Rams. From Devontae Smith, very similar type of receiver compared to Devontae Adams. Both yard after catch guys, can also make possession catches. Just all around great receiver. So you see right here, he's lined up off the line of scrimmage as the farthest receiver, lined up to the left side, to the bottom of your screen. And you'll see here in just a minute his matchup. Number 7 playing man coverage on him. You'll see why here, because Devontae Smith goes in motion. Watch number 7 follow him. You see the play action fake to Najee Harris. Watch number 7 here in this little short little lapse. Boom. He's reading it in the run. His hips are turned. Devontae Smith stops. Look at number 7 all the way over here on the far left of your screen. He's already in the end zone on the far hash. Devontae Smith is looking straight to go out for a route. Wide open. Mac Jones hits him. Number 41 right there tries to catch him, but he can't. And he was the guy supposed to be guarding Najee Harris. He was the only one out of these 3 guys who makes the right read. You see, watch 41. He sees it, drops. He sees that his other 2 guys made the wrong read. So instead, he picks up Devontae Smith, but he can't catch him. Just a great overall play design right there from Steve Sarkisian. Very similar to the first 2 plays we looked at. Devontae Smith, again, just getting open, making a play by movement. Great play design again. So you see number 7's on him again. Obviously man coverage. You watch him follow him all the way from the left side of the screen to the right here. Devontae Smith acts like he's going to go motion. And if you watch Alabama football a lot, you know that they like to do a lot of little touch pass sweeps right in front to Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle when Jalen Waddle was healthy. So Devontae Smith is almost set right there. This guy is still coming to match up on him. So he's already behind in his positioning. And he goes back across. Right here, the ball is snapped. Look at right about here. This is where the ball is snapped. Mac Jones has clapped his hands. Devontae Smith is already heading to the right side of the field, where Billingsley is one-on-one with Sean Wade at the top of your screen. Number 7 is way out of position. Hips are turned to the other side. He's just leaving that whole right side of the screen, top of your screen, wide open, exposed to the best player in the country. So obviously, Devontae Smith runs right at the line of scrimmage, pass to Mac Jones, from Mac Jones right there. Look at how much room he gets when he catches the ball right here, just about 5 yards from the hash to the sidelines. really bad defense right there from Ohio State, and great play call again from Steve Sarkisian. Play to compare to the last two plays we saw. Obviously, both plays man coverage right here. Jalen Ramsey on Devontae Adams. Ramsey actually did hold Adams to only 28 yards receiving on 4 catches. It's just a touchdown here he gave up, and I wouldn't really blame it on him. And you'll see why. Here's his defender right here, number 33. Kind of, they didn't communicate well, so it's 50-50, but we're going to walk through the play again here, compare it to the last two we just saw. So Adams goes in motion to the left side of the screen. He sits, sprints back across. So right about here, the ball is snapped. So look how out of position Jalen Ramsey is. It's just like number 7 on Ohio State, who is supposed to be on Devontae Adams. He's not in a good position to guard him. He's good 6-7 yards away from him. Just too much separation for a playmaker like that. And you see in both cases, Devontae Adams and Devontae Smith, both best playmakers on their team, can't give them that sort of separation, and they'll cost you. But as we continue on, the miscommunication here, obviously you see the amount of room there. Right there, that's the matchup that was originally there at the beginning between Jalen Ramsey and Devontae Adams. But look where they are now. Just from that one bit of motion of Devontae Adams coming to the left side of the screen, sprinting back across. So all Devontae Adams has to do is really just go out. But what should have been done here by the defense is they switch. Ramsey picks up Valdez Scantling, number 83. This guy right here picks up Devontae Adams, and I don't know if it would have stopped it anyways, but he might have been able to cause a hit to force an incompletion if he got there in time. But instead, you watch here, he does a little stutter step right there. You see his foot kind of goes to the right before going to the left, which causes Ramsey to have to take sort of a detour around him, gives him longer time to get there. And Devontae Adams is easy. So we'll come back to that in a second. The throw. But look at that right there, right? This is right before the ball is being thrown. Look at how out of position both those guys are. 83 and 17 are both wide open. You throw, if Aaron Rodgers can get the ball anywhere in here, touchdown. Aaron Rodgers gets the ball anywhere here, Devontae Adams is going to catch it and he'll walk in. But back to the throw here. Right here, watch. He takes it, doesn't even step into it. He's just moving his hips. Watch this. He steps back, doesn't move his hips. Right over to the defender. Perfect throw, perfect execution of a play.
You just saw that breakdown by Ellis there. Um, Rams versus Packers. Obviously, the Packers winning this one, 32-18. Really, the Packers' game plan was really good, and the Rams' defense really just struggled to stop them most of the time. Um, and the Packers' defense had a lot of confidence against this shaky Rams offense, which did not do very well.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the Packers' game plan was good. They ran it with a lot of variety. I think the Rams had expected a lot of passing from the Packers, which normally isn't big of a problem from the for the Rams because of their strong defensive backs who have playmakers all over out there. But obviously, in the film breakdown, you saw there was some big miscommunications on that play. Just great play design by the Packers. Even though Ramsey gave up the touchdown, Adams was held to 4 catches for 28 yards when Ramsey was matched up against him. Ramsey held everyone in check for the rest of the game, which was pretty good for the matchup. Just the touchdown, obviously, a miscommunication as we saw in the video. Um, the Packers' motivation and energy was just there, and I think that's what home field advantage brings to Lambeau Field. The Rams, obviously, in sunny California, where it's been up to 80 degrees this weekend. Some places in California have been up to 90 degrees. And you go to Green Bay, where 35 degrees, you heard them saying it's pretty warm for this time of year. I just thought there was bad play calling from the Rams. They were kind of trying to force the Wildcat with Darnell Henderson,
Mm-hmm.
or excuse me, Cam Akers. And it worked to a certain point. I think Cam Akers has a really bright future for that team. But Jared Goff actually did look pretty good without Cooper Kupp, his top receiver. He was making smart decisions, placing the ball good. And I originally thought that the Wildcat was a little too much, not working. But if that's what you got to do to get the ball to your playmakers, it ended up working. And it was, the Packers came out on top as we expected. Obviously, the Rams defense did not play well, which we thought would keep them in the game. I predict the Packers to win, and they did. So it was a good game.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. So, Rams falling to the Packers. They are knocked out. The Packers will host the NFC Conference Championship against the Bucks. And now we'll move on to the Bills and Ravens game. This game, very boring. Final score was 17-3. The Bills win. Um, yeah, only 3 points for the Ravens. They missed. Justin Tucker missed two field goals. I'm pretty sure the Bills missed a field goal. I mean, the wind definitely played a big factor. I mean, there's some botched snaps because of the wind, and that's crazy. Um, Josh
Yeah,
Allen, I mean, not his best game. He was kind of off, but Diggs did have a big game. And what a connection they have, Diggs and Allen.
yeah. It's really impressive to see that Josh Allen can have a bad game and Diggs can still perform really well. Obviously, um, Josh Allen the only touchdown to Stephon Diggs. Diggs had 8 receptions for 106 yards,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just making plays run after the catch. Obviously, just bad snaps by the Ravens. By the Ravens. Lamar Jackson ended up getting hurt off a bad snap. Hope the best for him. Hopefully, he'll be back. And I think the Ravens will be pretty good for the next couple of years. They just got to get some
Yeah,
weapons on offense. Marquise Brown is not very good. He's good, but he's not. He can't be the only receiver you have. Des Bryant obviously is not going to get the job done. He's pretty old, but I think Diggs and Allen is the best wide receiver uh, quarterback combo in the league right
yeah, I think
now.
so too.
Josh Allen didn't play his best game, and obviously Diggs still showed out with a big game. But I'm really interested to see after this offseason where Brian Daboll will go. I thought that he would have looked good at the Chargers. Obviously, the Chargers hired the Rams defensive coordinator, so we'll see where he goes. I really thought he would have fit well with the Chargers. Obviously, right now he's working with the young quarterback Josh Allen. So him, Justin Herbert together, I thought would be a great matchup. The Chargers have a good team. Obviously, I think their lack of success comes from their coaching, which is why they moved on from Anthony Lynn, which I think was a good move. We'll get in more of their hiring later. But the Browns and Chiefs game, man, what a game that was. We were able to stream that on YouTube. Um, but there were some really awful decisions in that game by Kevin Stefanski. I don't think they necessarily costed them the game, but there was a 2 point conversion they should have gone for. The Browns should have ran the ball a lot more. We saw Chubb when they put him in the third quarter, just gashing that uh, Chiefs defensive line. I thought the Browns defensive backs played not very good at all, but their defensive line kept them in the game. I just thought the game plan was not very good for the Browns
Yeah,
on offense. Should have ran the ball. They could have worn the Chiefs out, but obviously they didn't.
yeah,
So yeah,
they definitely they should have won that game, especially because Patrick Mahomes was out in the third quarter of that concussion, and with 8 minutes to go in the third, and they had some chances to drive down, but the Chief defense is pretty good, and they couldn't get it done. And that was a lot. Baker Mayfield kind of crumbled under the pressure there. I think, yeah, the game plan, like you said, wasn't very good. I mean, they'd throw on first and second down, then they'd have third down, and they wouldn't have the chance to run because it's not likely that you're going to get 10 yards on third down. So, yeah, very bad game plan for the
yeah,
Browns.
I agree. The Chiefs have a good defense, but the Browns, what killed them, we saw in the first half they only scored 3 points, and obviously the controversial fumble on the goal line from Rashard Higgins. People thought that it was a targeting, which I agree with. Um, Missed call, very unfortunate for the Browns because it would have been put them down by 6 points, and they would have gotten the ball at half with all the momentum. But the Browns did not finish their first drive. They were in the red zone, and They had two negative plays, good plays by Tyrann Mathieu and Snead on the Chiefs' defensive secondary, and I just thought that overall throughout the game, their pursuit was very good. Obviously, Chad Henne gave the Browns a golden opportunity with that interception in the back of the end zone. Fortunately, they were not able to pull it off, though.
So Bucks versus Saints. Um, the Bucks come out on top. They're moving on to play the Packers. They beat the Saints 30-20, and obviously Drew Brees last game in the NFL announced retirement. And it's if you're an NFL fan, you can feel a bit bad for him because he threw 3 picks, and Brady definitely got the better of him in there.
Yeah, I agree. I said about a week ago on here that Brady never fails to get his revenge. I said it'd come down to Drew Brees throwing an interception. Um, Obviously, he threw three. If you're an NFL fan, you know it's unfortunate for Drew Brees to go out that way. But Tom Brady and the Buccaneers played a great game. Leonard Fournette looked like he did in college, which was really nice to see him.
Yeah,
Just looked fresh. He didn't look like how he has, very inconsistent throughout the year. Kind of like really complimentary again or to Ronald Jones, which will be very key against the Packers' weak defensive line. But the Bucks secondary might be up there with the Chiefs. All the teams that are in the playoffs still remain right now. All have one thing in common on defense, and that's that they have great secondaries. Chiefs, I'd say, are definitely the best by a bit, but the Bucks are not far behind them. Jamel Dean, Sean Murphy Bunting, a lot of guys on that uh, Bucks defensive back who are just great. And that trick play that the Saints pulled off was a great play design. Really, just basically the exact same play that the Bears had ran against them last week, dropped by David Wims in the back of the end zone. But they got it. Jameis Winston comes in to throw a pass, just smart thinking. No one thought that Jameis Winston was going to come in and throw a 50-yard touchdown pass.
yeah.
And Breeze versus Brady. Obviously, Tom Brady got the better of him. He was 18 of 33, 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Breeze, 19 of 34, 134 yards and 1 touchdown. About the same amount of pass attempts. Not Brady only has 60 more yards, but not obviously not 3 interceptions. And the fumble from Jared Cook did not help them at all.
So the Bucks will play the Packers in the NFC Championship, and the Bills will play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. We'll come out with a video for a preview of those 2 games. But so that's gonna wrap up our video today. We'll be uploading conference championship preview video later in the week. That should maybe come out around Wednesday or so. But yeah, that's it. Um, Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Turn on notifications. We'll be uploading more. We are going to be streaming um, the Buccaneers Packers Conference Championship on Sunday this week, and we'll also be streaming on Instagrams a couple times this week. So make sure to follow our Instagram at Running Gun underscore sports, and have a good day. See you later.
Thanks.